I'm not the prettiest girl in the room at all, but I'm one of the smartest. So I always figure things out, and I'm a really hard worker. So anyway, long story short, I went to a charm school, beauty school, everything else. I started going to beauty contests, and I'd come home, take off the makeup and stuff, and my family would look at me like, really? And because they looked at me like, how did you do that? And I said, you know what, you go through 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours of hair, makeup, and wardrobe, and a professional photographer, you're gonna look like that. So give me a break, right? But anyways, I fell into show business, and I just felt so lucky to get those jobs because they were fabulous jobs. You get paid for having fun and doing this artistic craft. So I just always felt so lucky, and I didn't think about, this company, I replaced Suzanne Summers. She got booted off the show, and it was just a fog, so much of it when I was younger. So I don't even remember like all these stories, and I know that you guys were all along there, and you have these wonderful, impactful stories, and I'm thinking, gosh, for me, I was just so in awe of all of you guys, and everybody that I just thought, oh my gosh, I'm around all these stars and I'm doing this, Jay, just keep faking it. Just fake it till you make it. Just keep going. And so on the show, I know that I married Ken Kirschwell out of Cliff Barnes. I was the only one that he ever married. So I was his only wife. So I'm the only time to go, because you that's working the mistress all these big wives. See? I got it. But I was never filmed in bed with them. So they never asked me. We had all the fun. They never asked me to take off my clothes. In fact, that's a good story, is that when I was younger, I did do some movies and stuff, but the directors, they'd always try to get in your closet, but there could be nudity. It was like, oh no, no, you're so young, absolutely not. And then by the time you get older, we go like, hey, do I get to take off my clothes? And my mom said, honey, isn't it funny that when you're younger, you don't want to show it, and you have all these inhibitions, and then you turn like 40, and then they don't want you to take off your clothes anymore. And I was like, really? So, anyway, those are kind of my stories. I don't know. They don't really compare to all these wonderful, Japanese stories, these beautiful women that have. And I just look at all of you because show business is still a real tough game to play. And for all of you up here today, all these reunions are so dang special for us because every year it's like, who's going to be there again? Who's going to be there again? And Larry gone, and Ken Kirschwell gone, and all these, and Robert Belgetti's gone. So I just am so grateful that I'm all here with you gals, and I'm sitting up here on the stage with you. And thank you to all of you. I know that everyone feels the same up here, that, if it wasn't for you guys, I'll get my phone. If it wasn't for all of you, we wouldn't be here, and we're taking this experience, because I know you guys feel the same way, is that when we come here, all you guys are doing is throwing love at us. And we really, really, really feel it. And I'm very, very grateful. I know I'm speaking for all of you. So.
Thank you for that. No, that's a big part of Dallas to Emotion. You mentioned taking off your clothes. Well, I bet you wanted to take off your clothes in your very first scene when you arrived in Southport. So let's have a look at Jane.
I look like a boy.
Sort of.
What
did he say? Look like a boy.
I'm sorry, it's my apartment.
To see you in Ramsey. You must be J.I.
Yeah, that's right. And who are you?
Jamie.
Jamie, you.
Jamie Ewing. Jason's guy. My daddy brothers.
What? Jason, really? We haven't got that yet.
I remember that episode so well. I was so excited to see you on the show.
Silly, thank you.
You were so up in comedy and drama. I mean, you really well done. In Dream season,
Yes.
you were impacted maybe more than anybody.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
So tell us.
So, like on Dallas, what they would do is like they would rotate us in and out. So I didn't have a long run as lots of you did, but like every 2-3 years, they bring on another like 3 people that would have their story arc. So that was like and then you'd leave. I remember the first day on the set, Morgan Brittany was just leaving, and beautiful, huh? And she was just leaving and said, "Hold on to your britches, girl." And she walked off the set, and I walked off for the next scene. But yeah, so after I had a run, and somebody even told me things I don't remember. I was killed in a car crash. My people were all telling me, yeah, the scene is you're getting in a car with your brother who's got Rambo, bless him, bless his heart, and the car blew up, so I was killed. So I was out of Dallas. I was looking, and so I was off. I wasn't filming for 6 months, a year or something. And Leonard Katzman, again, the whole backbone, the whole everything of Dallas, called me up and said, basically, we're delivering a script for you, and we need you to show up on the set next week, or and I went, well, no, I was killed off the show. And he goes, don't worry about it, get the script and just come on back. So I was like, okay, so, because that whole dream thing, if it hasn't been explained enough, is that the reason behind that is Dallas was on for a while, and Leonard Katzman got burnt out, I don't know what, whatever, but he left the show for a year. They hired another executive producer to do the show that year. Well, the higher beings didn't like what happened with the show that year, so they fired that guy, and Leonard Katzman came back. So the way that Leonard, who was obviously brilliant, the way that he got out of that, because it's like, how do you explain, like even with me, I was killed, how do I come back? And he said, don't worry about it. So we didn't even know. So we filmed scenes we didn't know, because that whole thing was all of a sudden it was pretty brilliant as far as production, that on that one scene, Patrick Duffy's in the shower, naked, as I guess it was all around. He is naked in the shower, and he said, oh my gosh, was that a bad dream? So that whole year of storyline was wiped out. And that's how he got through that.
Yeah, Patrick had stepped away for a year, and then he came back, and so they had to find a way to bring him back in the day.
Also, Patrick was even gone that year.
Yeah, he was gone for a whole year.
He was gone too.
No,
He was gone. So see, it was really good. And yet then people also come up to me and say that I was the only person that was on Dallas that was then killed twice. Because then somebody told me today the story was that I knew I fell off a cliff, but I didn't know that I fell off, not off a cliff.
I know, I'm sorry.
I fell off a ledge of a mountain cliff, and but then the person today, a fan, told me, yeah, you were in Mexico. And I thought, geez Louise, being in Mexico, what was I doing in Mexico? I lived. But anyways, I died twice.
For some reason in my mind, I thought it was like a bunch of oil cans fell on you or something and squished you.
Oil cans.
That had been so, you were killed 3 times.
Maybe I was killed 3 times. Maybe I just got injured with the oil cans, which happens to me even at my little branch now. I'll shoot up like that too.
Regardless, because you were a blood demon, you were not seduced into Jared.
See, that's why,
You missed that, but Sheree, you were not so lucky. Let's take a look at April's first meeting with JR, which is outside, it's not too bad.
Well, I guess we all know. Hey, Bob. Sit there with the mom there. Yeah, this is a real friend. Oh, I know her. She came to the office that she was trying to jack you up.
Older seasons.
I don't think so. I saw her coming with Cliff Lawrence. How about that? Man, I said every week and he sticks his girlfriend under his back nose. That's a little too far for that term, see.
J.R., this is my wedding day, and that means it's Pam's wedding day, and that is Pam's brother. Please don't start.
I'm going to look at about that too. Hey, we're your place.
Certainly have a mouth to match your temper, and a left hook to match my mouth.
It's not a left dog, well, look at this rose calendar. Where did I got here? I got a Ewing, a Ewing Barnes, a plain old Barnes, and hooked up the plain old Barnes is
Our total hasn't changed. For the better, let's hope.
April. April, that's right. Now, what's an April Ewing doing at Ewing? Hi, Ryder. This is Barnes right here, yo. Oh, in that case, I'll send you the bill for the fire.
I guess you could say I'm sort of you.
No?
Yes. Jack and I used to be married.
Just to add to your story before I comment on this, when Leonard left the show, he did a show called Our Family Honor.